There's an old anarchist slogan that says, perfect freedom requires perfect responsibility. And so if we want to live in a society where we are literally free to do whatever we want to do, we have to be willing to shoulder the responsibility of the consequences of that.
Well, freedom means everything. It means you're free to get an education, you're free to make the amount of money you want, voting. Oh gosh, it's life itself, freedom.
Protests that are happening now, they don't just stand for today, for this very moment, but they refer back and try to fulfill generations of previous injustice.
Freedom is growing my garden because I want to grow my garden. Freedom means equality and love and unity, all together. Because I can grow my garden, and because I can do that and say something at the same time.
We live in a free country.
No. Do I need to elaborate?
You don't need to elaborate.
No, we don't. Not at all. Not even close. The mechanism of our coercion has become quite a bit more complicated. I think Joseph Goebbels would have wet his pants in the shit that we pull off every day.
My definition of success of a capitalist system is that the people aren't taken advantage of by the corporation.
Not to be governed by the corporations and the politicians that are making choices for all of us.
I think that there are many parts of our country and society that are free, but freedom is always something that's in danger. So, yes, it's still free, but freedom is always being encroached upon. So, every once in a while, you always have to push back.
Ability to do what I want without hurting anybody else.
You know, the ability to be the best person you can be, and not to have a dream and to be able to fill it, and not be impeded by I don't have money, I can't go to college. Yeah, all those things.
Sounds good. So do you think we live in a free country?
No, not at all. It's a freedom to speak, it's not a freedom to live.
Freedom to me means having your eyes open and knowing that you're being oppressed and knowing when you're not being oppressed and being able to act on it. I think that we're lulled by things that entertain us and keep us from seeing reality the way it is. It's like it's almost like in the Matrix where we're living in those pod things, and really, and we are sort of. We're not really alert to what's going on because we have lots of stuff to entertain us, get in our minds. We don't have to think about other things. So I think, yeah, but we don't. But it's kind of like it's such a comfortable oppression that you don't recognize that you're under it. And things like this make you aware that you've got to act to get up and act. First of all, you've got to confront it. You've got to open your eyes, and then you've got to tear yourself away from the things that make you comfortable, and really start to act and not.
The second question is, do you think we live in a free country?
No.
Regulations that people have to follow. Some of us have a hard time with it, some of us don't.
Our country is totally corrupt and controlled by a very small minority of people who exercise their own motives on our economy, our society, our politics, our government.
At this point, especially after the Senate refused to even debate the jobs bill, I have to say I'm not so sure.
We still live in a free country, but a lot of our rights are being compromised. A lot of our democracy is being compromised.
I tell you what, we're certainly going to have to fight to maintain these freedoms. That's for sure.
And I don't blame any of the cops around here for what they're doing because it's the guys up top that are making them do it. They're making them choose between paychecks to pay for their kids and stuff like that, or arresting people, innocent people, and I can't blame them for any of that. Obama and Clinton talking about the protests in Libya. They were saying, we should not have innocent people going to jail. They should stop stomping down on the protests. That's exactly what's happening here. Occasionally, there's just this totalitarian feel to it.
My pursuit of life, liberty, and my pursuit of happiness is what America, I guess, would define freedom. But where do you fit into the definition of freedom that this shirt was made by a 12-year-old girl on the other side, in Malaysia, or Haiti, for 8 or 12 cents miles an hour, and that this device or your phone requires people to die in the factory in China to meet the production demands for our country. I don't know how I fit that into freedom, but if I were to somehow fit it in there, it would be the ability for me to look in the mirror and tell myself I can be a good human being without the exploitation of other human beings on the other side of the world. I would like to be able to be free of that.
It's very free for banks to be able to do non-transparent transactions on their own. They don't have to worry about that. They're very free. It's a free country, isn't it?
It means the ability to express oneself and to live the kind of broadest life that's possible without hurting one's neighbors. That's what I would look for.
Do you think we live in a free country?
Yes, I do.
Hell no, it hasn't been free for many years. You gotta pay somehow.
No.
Okay. Do you think we live in a free country?
Oh my god. Yeah, right. That's a joke.
As Goethe said, none are more hopelessly enslaved than those who believe they are.